So now let's talk about a different Hiphil infinitive vowel exception, and that is going to be Lamed Hey, where Hey is the last letter of the Shoresh. So we explored a very interesting pattern with Lamed Hey Shorashim only when dealing with infinitives. We saw that this Hey actually transforms into an oat. And we had a nice mnemonic, hey, oat, animals eat hay, animals eat oats, right? And hay, oat connection. So in Kal, we saw this as lir, oat, for ra'ah, right? Let's say, Nifal, we saw le, hey, ra, oat. Again, the hay, oat connection. And now in Hithiel, we're also going to see this hay, oat connection. Let's see how. So here I have one of my Kelev prefixes. We'll choose Lamed, just for ease. Leha, and I'm going to choose the Shoresh Ra'ah. So Lehar, and my Chirik Malay, that I'd expect for a Hiphil infinitive, gets lost, because I can't have two vowels in a row. And look, my next buddy is going to be, my next vowel is going to be a vowel. Okay, and who replaced my hey, which was the silent final letter of my shoresh? The oat. So again, I have my hey oat connection. So I'm left with lihar oat. You see this? Lihar oats. Okay, and you don't have this when you're dealing with double language infinitives, but you don't have to conjugate the double language ones. So I guess you would just recognize it based on the patachs, har-eh, right, the hey patach, and ar-eh. Okay, but now, right, when we're talking about conjugating the infinitives that have the Kelev prefixes, you could see that we definitely have a hey oat connection, and we lose the chirik malay. Okay, so in number 13, in Shmuel Bet, Parak Vav, Pasuk Bet, Vayelech David, so David went, Laha'alot, right? So I have a double change here. I have my Kelev prefix, I have my Hey Patach, I have my Shoresh, right? And instead of having my Chirik Malay and then the rest of my Shoresh, I had the Hey Oat connection and my Chirik Malay got lost. But it still should be a Shva, like Lehar Oat. There should be a Shva, the two dots under the ayin. Instead, what do I get under the ayin? I get a Chataf Patach, right? Because ayins love their Patachs and they steal the next door neighbor, the Hey. They steal their next door neighbors, they grab it for their vowel. So liha'alot. So David went liha'alot. What's liha'alot? To raise up or to bring up. Et. Remember that et is often accompanying Hiphil. It shows me who's receiving the action. To bring up, to raise up the Aron HaElokim from there, Misha. Okay, let's look at 14. So here I have in Shemot that Lehashkot Son Avihan, that the daughters of Yitro give water. Lehashkot. Okay, Lehashkot. So I have my Kelev prefix. I have my Hey Patach. And my Shoresh is what? What's my Shoresh? My Shoresh is Shin, Kuf. Now it must be a Hey, right? Because I have that oat, right? And I have that Hey oat connection. So what's Shin Kuf Hey? It's a vocab word from last week's unit. That's to give to drink, right? It could be alcohol, like wine, or it could be water, to give, to drink, to give the tzon avihim, the flock of their father, to drink, give them water to drink. Okay, let's look at 15. This is when the king, Achashverosh, makes a party at the beginning of Megillat Esther, Bihar Oto. So here I have a bet prefix for an infinitive, which means when. I have a Hey Patach, I have my Shoresh Ra'ah, and I have the Hey Oat connection, so it shows me I have a Hey, right? Bihar Oat. Then I have an O at the end of Bihar Oto, telling me who's doing the action. So Bahar Oto et Osher, and I also have et, right? Et telling me who's receiving the action. So when he showed, I'd like to add the word off, when he showed off, but that's a personal preference for this unit, for this pasuk, when the king showed off his osher, his wealth, kavod malchuto, the glory of his kingdom. So he wanted to show, he made these parties, this party to show everyone how much he had. So when he showed the riches, the wealth of the glory of his kingdom. Okay, look at 16. The king calls for Vashti, the queen. Why? Why does he call for Vashti, the queen, to come to his party? Laharot, his second party. Laharot. What's laharot? So I have my lamed prefix. I have a hey patach. I have my shoresh ra'ah. But instead of having my hey included in the word, it becomes an ot, right? So leharot means to show. Again, you could use the word off in this context with the parties. Leharot ha'amim v'hasarim et yofia, to show the nations and the officers yofia, her beauty. Okay, let's look at number 17. Lehakotam Makah gedola me'od. So this is a double exception. Let's take the word lehakot. So lehakot. I'm going to ignore the mem. The mem is just telling me who's receiving the action. Lehakot. So my lamed prefix and my hey prefix are just telling me it's an infinitive and it's a hifil infinitive. And now let me look at the shoresh part of it. So what is the dagish and the kaf doing there? It's showing me that there's a dropped nun. And what about the ot at the end of the word? It's showing me that the shoresh ends with a hey ot connection. So this shoresh means what's lahakot, nun kaf hey, hikav, ayach, to strike, and the mem is to strike, lakotam, to strike them, makah gedola ma'od, with a very big strike or plague, however you want to see the word makah. Okay, so lahakotam. So here I have my summary chart, and we discussed already the regular format. We discussed Pei Nun in the previous clip, and now we're just going to go over Lamed Hey. So Lamed Hey, you'll see that for when I have the Kelev prefixes, I get my Kelev prefix, I get my Hey Patach, but I don't get a chirik malay like I did with lehafkid and lehagid. Instead, I get the first two letters of my shoresh, and then I get the hey ot connection, right? And you can't have two vowels in a row, so I can't have my chirik malay. So this is the big change from from lehagid and lehafkid. Okay, so let's keep going in the next videos to look at peyud and ayin vav.